What's going on, everybody? Josh Engleman here for Stokastic.com, back again with the NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Monday, January 9th. Now be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. Follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. Let me know in the comment section, who's your favorite play from my video? Who's your least favorite play from my video? And if you have any questions about today's slate, please go ahead and ask in the comments. I am there to answer your questions. Finally, BetMGM is the sponsor of the video. You see it on the banners on top and bottom of the screen. If you're looking for 2 free months of Stokastic Plus Platinum and a risk-free bet of up to $1,000, well, then you are in luck. Click the link in the description, head on over, make a deposit, and put in that bet because it's risk-free up to $1,000, and you should take a pretty sizable chance, in my opinion. I don't want to tell you what to do with your money, but if it were my money, I'd be putting $1,000 down on something else because if it wins, I move forward. If it loses, I just get it back in risk-free bets. You can't ask for anything better. Now, we're going to round out the bottom of my top 10. Jalen Brunson, De'Aaron Fox, Rui Hachimura, Jaren Jackson Jr., and Jamal Murray on the outside looking in. Who will be my favorites? My top 5 plays for today? It's time to find out. In first, at number 5, I'm taking a look at Zach LaVINE. He is shooting guard, small forward eligible, 7,500. Projected for 40. The goal is 47. He's in the optimal lineup 21% of the time. LaVINE plays big minutes right now. Both he, Vooch, and DeRozan are out there kind of trying to save the Bulls season. 37 minutes for LaVINE. He's a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy in this matchup, but they are pretty sizable underdogs to the Boston Celtics. 27% usage for LaVINE, 25 points, 5 boards, 4.5 assists, and a steal. I love the positionality. You get guard, forward, and utility on top of the shooting guard, small forward. I think the price is a little underrepresented for a 36-plus minute per game guy that scores 1.1 fantasy points per minute. This one's really easy to me. Play Zach LaVINE. Next up at number 4, I'm going Quentin Grimes. He's shooting guard, small forward eligible, 5,400. Projected for 28. The goal is 37. He's in the optimal lineup 22% of the time. I don't normally like getting to Grimes because he's such a bad per minute guy, but on a 6-game slate with this flexibility, I think it helps out a little bit. He's only a 0.75 guy, but he's playing 37 minutes a game. It's 15% usage, 13 points, 4.5 boards, 2.5 assists, a stock and a half. It should be a really competitive matchup against Milwaukee. They're 2-point dogs at home, so you're expecting Grimes to be out there for his full run. You can put him in at shooting guard, small forward, and utility. That flexibility, incredibly helpful on a 6-gamer. So I'm willing to eat the fact that he's not the best per minute guy just because of the minutes and the slate size. At number 3, I'm going to Malcolm Brogdon. He's point guard, shooting guard eligible, 5,300. Projected for 31. The goal is 36. He's in the optimal lineup 23% of the time. Doesn't look like we're going to have Marcus Smart here, so Malcolm Brogdon should fall into a bunch of extra playing time. I gave him 28 minutes. I think he could play 32, upwards of 32. So I think there's ceiling here for Brogdon that isn't even represented in the fact that he's even third still. Like, 28 minutes of 23% usage Brogdon, a 1.1 fantasy point per minute guy, 16 points, 4.5 boards, 4.5 assists, and a stock. Now, they are sizable favorites against the Bulls. It does worry me a little bit that Brogdon can lose his last rotation in the 4th quarter. But even still, it's not as if you're going to be upset that you get Malcolm Brogdon at like 20 minutes instead of the 28. He's still, like, you don't want Malcolm Brogdon playing 20 minutes, but it's not a death sentence like it could be. So I love the position and I love the price tag for a guy that's projected for a couple extra minutes with no Marcus Smart. This one makes me a little nervous, but I can't really fight it all that much. Denny Avdia in at number 2, small forward eligible, 4,200, projected for 27.5. The goal is 31. He's in the optimal lineup 26% of the time. We know what this team does with no Bradley Beal. They had been into a firm 8-man rotation. We saw Will Barton play a little bit in their most recent game, but was that just because they were getting absolutely bludgeoned by 20 plus in the 2nd quarter against the Oklahoma City Thunder? Maybe. If this one's competitive, which it should be, Wizards actually slight favorites against the Pels. I don't think it would be all that crazy to see them run that condensed 8-man rotation. I gave Denny 28 minutes. That's about what he's played in this stretch without Beal. He could play upwards of 36. Like, there's no reason that Denny can't be the guy that soaks up all of the additional time if it's going well. And if he's playing well, I think that he will. But 28 feels safe. And if I go to 28, he's second for today. There's a lot of ceiling left here. He's a 0.95 fantasy point per minute guy against the Pelicans. 17% usage, 10 points, 6.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and a stock and a half. I wish he had a little bit more flexibility, but it doesn't matter. At 4,200, the upside is huge for Deni Avdija. Now, before we get to that number one contender, one last reminder to please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know when everything goes live. You got to follow me on Twitter, at Josh Engleman. I need you in the comment section telling me your favorite play, your least favorite play, and if you have any questions for today's slate, I want you asking them there. Finally, I want you guys signing up. I want you guys to do a lot, apparently. It would be very nice if you did. Head on over to BetMGM using the link in the description. Get yourself 2 free months of Stokastic Plus Platinum and a risk-free bet of up to $1,000. Your number one contender for today is Immanuel QUICKLEY. He is point guard, shooting guard eligible, 6,200, projected for 36. The goal is 41. He's in the optimal lineup 32% of the time. It's still massive minutes for QUICKLEY. It's a price tag that works for those massive minutes. They're at home, very slight underdogs, so you're expecting the competitive matchup. 37 minutes, 0.95 fantasy points per minute. It's 20% usage, it's 17 points, it's 6 boards, it's 5 assists. It's a really nice stat line. It doesn't take too much more for QUICKLEY on a 6-gamer, plus a steal and a half, or a stock and a half at least. The price just hasn't gone up enough for the amount of minutes that he's been playing, and I have no reason to suspect that he's not going to play those minutes today. So pretty easily, in my opinion, Immanuel QUICKLEY is your number one contender. Alrighty, folks, that will do it. Those are my NBA DFS contenders on DraftKings for Monday, January 9th. FanDuel version's around here somewhere, so go check that one out. Good luck tonight, everybody. Win some money. We are back again tomorrow morning for another edition of the Contenders.